So, this film opens in the distant future when the world had progressed a lot. All the evils like war, starvation, and deadly diseases had been eradicated. There was no longer a shortage of food anywhere in the world, nor were there any incurable diseases. Most importantly, space travel had become commonplace. Everyone could now comfortably go for a walk in space. Meanwhile, we are introduced to the main character of the story, named Max, who is inside a spaceship. Max was very fond of traveling and had set out to explore the galaxy in his special spaceship. He loved visiting every planet and learning about the lifestyles there. However, his family always advised him to return and focus on his studies. But since he wasn't fond of studies, he ignored his family's advice. Suddenly, a piece of rock hits Max's spaceship, causing it to become uncontrollable. The system started malfunctioning, the lights stopped working, and alarms began ringing. Seeing this, Max tried to land the spaceship quickly, but the systems were completely damaged, and the spaceship started falling. Soon, it crashed on an island of an unknown planet. Max managed to get out just before the spaceship exploded, and now he was stranded on this unknown island. There was no one in sight who could help him. The island was mysteriously deserted. It wasn't particularly dark, but the silence created a haunting atmosphere. Max started wandering through the area. Entering a forest, he saw some utensils. A fire had been extinguished not long ago, clearly indicating that someone else was living there. Then, he saw a creature hiding. Max tried to talk to it, but it ran away in fear. He couldn't understand what kind of world this was. Suddenly, a loud sound echoed, and a soldier appeared in front of him. The soldier immediately pointed a gun at Max and started shouting in an unknown language. Max grew worried. He couldn't understand the language nor make himself understood. Max then took out a device attached to his belt that functioned as a translator and could translate any language. As Max put it in his ear, the soldier mistook it for a weapon and shot at Max's belt. The next moment, he arrested Max and took him away. He brought Max to a strange city that resembled Earth but was also somewhat scary. Soldiers in dirty black uniforms, holding guns and wearing helmets, were marching around. Strange drones were flying everywhere. Soon, Max was taken to a laboratory where some scientists were present. They actually believed Max was an alien. To uncover his secrets, they placed a helmet with a device on his head to read his thoughts. However, they soon began to think he wasn't an alien but a madman. Consequently, it was decided to send him to a mental hospital. This task was assigned to a senior soldier named Guy. Suddenly, everyone started singing songs loudly, songs expressing love for their country and government. It seemed as if they were under someone's control, with nothing else on their minds except this patriotic song. All of this seemed very strange and ridiculous to Max, and he grew suspicious. Just then, a soldier fell to the ground and started having seizures. The authorities picked him up and took him away, further increasing Max's suspicions. While being taken to the mental hospital, Max observed the poor conditions. Everything was in bad shape, roads and buildings were broken, and there were strange towers every 2 to 3 kilometers. When Max asked Guy about the towers, Guy explained that due to the increasing number of rebels, the towers were installed for protection against enemies. As they were talking, a huge explosion occurred in one of the towers. Burnt debris started falling on them, causing chaos everywhere. Some people ran away, while others died under the debris. A large rod pierced Max's truck, pinning Guy down. Without wasting any time, Max used all his strength to pull Guy out, barely saving his life. Seeing this, Guy realized that Max was no ordinary boy. Max soon learned that a rebel lion was underway. Those labeled as rebels were standing against the government because they disliked its methods. The government wanted to maintain its power by erecting these towers. They continued on foot towards the main city. In the main city, a powerful man, the head of the research department, was shown. He ordered his agent to bring Max to him. This time, Max was locked in a large tank as the scientists wanted to deeply examine his brain. However, the department head's agent arrived and took Max away without anyone's permission. Meanwhile, a lawyer who had been keeping an eye on Max for a long time grew very scared upon checking the time. He quickly went to the bathroom and locked himself in but suddenly started having the same seizures. On the other hand, while the agent was taking Max, he kept looking at his watch and sweating. Suddenly, he too had a seizure. Seeing this, some people captured the agent and took him away. The people around started singing songs once again. Now, seeing Max, people started calling him a rebel because he wasn't singing like them. They began shouting at him. Taking advantage of the stampede, Max ran away. It was revealed that a group called the Fathers ruled here, which included the head of the research department and his agent. They had strict rules. If any father made even a small mistake, the others would kill him. Max went to a bar where he liked a waitress very much. They talked for a while and became good friends. A rude customer started misbehaving with the waitress. Max tried to stop him, leading to a fight. The man attacked Max multiple times, but Max, being very strong, thwarted every attack. Max then told the waitress the whole story of how he came here. During their conversation, he learned that the waitress was Guy's sister. She offered to take Max to her house, and he happily agreed. As they left the bar, the rude man returned, this time with his goons to seek revenge. Max knew how to handle them. As they attacked with swords, Max quickly defended himself. The men pounced on him, but he remained unharmed. He fought them all and made them fall. Soon, the rest of the gang arrived with heavy weapons. One of them tied a rope around Max's leg while another attacked him with a weapon, but Max used their own weapons against them and killed them all. Only the rude man was left. He threw a round blade device at Max, but Max easily saved himself. Upon arriving home, Guy allowed Max to stay at his house. Max gradually began to understand the lifestyle of this place. One thing surprised him greatly: the government was broadcasting his thoughts like a movie on TV. The government told people that they lived inside their planet, not on the surface, because there were no stars or planets in the outside world. Additionally, they were told that the fathers had installed these towers after winning the war against the rebels, thereby saving their planet and country. Guy told Max that defending his country was a great duty and suggested he become a guard like him. Max agreed, and his army training began. He learned songs and passed many exams, topping the shooting exam, proving himself to be an amazing shooter. After rigorous training, Max was recruited into the army. His first mission was to destroy a rebel base. They soon reached the base and attacked. Bombs were thrown, and rebels were dragged away. Max found it strange because the rebels weren't monstrous creatures but scared people. Deciding not to kill them, Max threw down his gun while the other soldiers brutally beat the rebels. They were dragged away like animals, which Max found weird and unsettling. The rebels were brought to court for punishment. They were made to stand in front of a bright light, so intense that it hurt their eyes. Many rebels shouted, pleading for mercy and denying any wrongdoing, while speaking ill of the fathers. Those who cried were sent away as laborers, while those who made noise were killed. A rebel with a mechanical arm was brought in. The fathers restrained him in a gas-filled suit, causing his body to slowly burn, and the poor man died in agony. Max felt awful and angry but stood there quietly, controlling his anger. Upon returning home, Max told Guy that everything was going wrong. Guy reassured him that it was okay and that they adopted these methods for a reason. By now, everyone knew Max, so the agent came to capture him. But before that, the head of the fathers wanted to test Max's loyalty. He took Max to the forest and ordered him to kill 2 rebels standing in front of him. Max said he would kill them alone, not in front of everyone. After taking them some distance away, he let both of them go. Upon returning, he told the head of the fathers that he wanted to leave the army. Enraged, the head pointed a gun at Maximum. Although Guy intervened, the head fired multiple bullets at Max, severely injuring him. The head then forcibly took Guy with him, leaving Max's body behind. Meanwhile, the fathers were planning how to eliminate all the rebels. On the other hand, the rebels were searching for Max's body in the forest. They found it, but to their shock, it was moving. Max was still alive, and his wounds were healing very quickly. The rebels started telling Max the truth. They explained that the towers weren't for protecting the planet but emitted signals that tampered with human minds. This was why people experienced seizures twice a day and started singing songs of love for their country. However, some people were unaffected by these signals and instead had seizures. The government labeled such people as rebels to eliminate them. Hearing this, Max understood that this system was the worst. Once again, signals started emitting from the towers. The unaffected people sat with sticks in their mouths to prevent biting their tongues during seizures. Since the signals didn't affect Max, he started helping the rebels. He soon joined them, and they decided to blow up the tower. They secretly entered the tower's area. As soon as the rebels opened fire, all the soldiers became alert. Max moved ahead comfortably, pushing aside or killing anyone in his path. The rebels also fought fiercely. Some were killed, while others fired from behind walls. Max bravely reached the bottom of the tower and planted a bomb there. He then tied ropes with hooks to all the rebels, whether alive or dead, and started dragging them away. Shortly after, Max and his team were at a safe distance when the tower exploded with a huge blast. However, the situation was painful as another companion died in front of them, leaving only Max and one rebel alive. Max went to the waitress's house, but a neighbor saw him and immediately informed the police. Guy started shouting at Max, but the police arrived. To avoid causing trouble for Guy and the waitress, Max quickly ran away. Soldiers were waiting for him outside, but he didn't stop, killing them one by one. However, he was helpless when the head of the fathers captured Guy's sister. Forced to accept defeat, Max surrendered. Max was jailed, where there were already many prisoners. Meanwhile, the lawyer was collecting information about Maximum. He discovered that the tower signals had no effect on Max, which surprised him greatly. He planned to kidnap Maximum. Max and the other prisoners were sent to the forest to collect remaining weapons. While they were doing this, some robots suddenly activated and started firing. Everyone lay down quietly. They retaliated and destroyed all the robots. Max told a soldier that when he first arrived, he saw a creature. The soldier explained that it wasn't a creature but a transformed human, very dangerous, and should be killed immediately upon sight. Suddenly, the soldier fell into a pit. Max jumped in to save him. It was a tunnel, so both started moving forward to investigate. They found a very old laboratory. Meanwhile, a creature approached. While they were investigating, the creature attacked and caught the soldier. Before it could kill him, Max saved the soldier and started fighting the creature, eventually capturing it after knocking it down. However, Max realized that if the soldier got a chance, he would kill the creature, so Max set it free. The next day, Max and two friends were exploring the jungle when they saw a red tank stuck in the bushes. Before they could approach it, black tanks started attacking them. Although they retaliated, their attacks were ineffective against the tanks. Max got an idea and attacked the red tank, causing it to target the black tanks. It destroyed all the black tanks one by one. Max quickly entered the red tank and deactivated it by cutting all the wires. Max planned to escape from there, but no one else wanted to join him, believing it wouldn't be easy and was too dangerous. So, Max left alone with the tank. Many bombs planted along the way exploded in an attempt to destroy the tank, but he remained safe. On the other hand, when the lawyer learned that Max had escaped from jail, he became enraged and vandalized everything in his office. After traveling some distance, Max encountered soldiers checking all vehicles. As a soldier approached, Max was happy to see it was Guy. Max pulled him inside the tank and, without stopping, broke through the gate and escaped. Although the soldiers fired many bullets, it was in vain. Guy was shocked and asked Max why he had pulled him in and where he was taking him. Max replied, "Relax, my friend. I'm going to show you a new life, which will be much better than here." Hearing this, both of them happily drove ahead, and with this, the story of the film ends.